Is the Seattle real estate market crashing, or is this just a normal correction? With prices sort of leveling off, interest rates in flux, and the headlines kind of filled with fear, it's hard to know what's hype and what's really happening in the market. In this video, we're going deep into the data, studying patterns, and what it really means for buyers, sellers, and investors right now. Hey, I'm Ravi Ramachandran with the Rams Group. My wife Sijy and I help clients across the Seattle and Eastside areas make smart, informed, and wise real estate decisions. If you appreciate honest, no hype market updates like this one, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week to keep you one step ahead. Now first, let's see why people are thinking that the market is crashing. Now let's be real, the headlines sound totally scary. They read, home prices are dropping, interest rates are rising, which is true of course, and buyers are disappearing, which I saw on a few sites, which is not true. All that said, here's the truth. While the pace of appreciation has slowed down considerably compared to the hot sellers market that we had in 2021 and early 2022, we're not seeing a crash. What we are seeing is called a market correction, and it's not a bad thing. Let's quickly data check and see if the Seattle market's actually crashing. Let's look at the actual numbers as of Q2 of 2025. The median home prices in King County is about $989,000, which is up about 4.3% year over year. Snohomish County saw home prices being up by about 5.1%, and Pierce County is up by about 3.9% from a year ago. Across all three counties, home inventory is still low at just under 1.5 months worth of supply. Now the days on market in King County is about 22 days, and this is down from 23 days from the same time last year. Interest rates have been hovering between the mid to upper sixes and sometimes go into the sevens as well. So if we were to distill what all this tells us, prices are still appreciating, homes are still selling, right? And demand hasn't totally disappeared. It just is that buyers are being more selective, if you will, given the other constraints that they're dealing with, like interest rates, work situation even, etc. Now that's why I said this is not a crash, but more of a normalization. Now, before we proceed, let's define what a market correction is and why it is healthy. In real estate, a correction happens when the market slows down after an overheated period. This is what we had during the hot sellers market we had with extreme price escalations in 2021 and 2022. From 2020 to 2022, Seattle saw double-digit price increases, as we know, and this pace wasn't sustainable forever, and we needed a pause. And now, prices are finding their balance based off the real supply and the demand. Let's kind of take a step back and see what sellers and buyers are feeling like right now. Buyers are feeling confused, saying that should I buy now or wait for the prices to even fall further with interest rates to come down? And sellers, on the other hand, are pretty nervous. Should I list now or kind of wait for the market to even come back? Now, these are conundrums that buyers and sellers often get stuck in. Not their fault, but when there is uncertainty in the markets, people find it hard to make a decision, which is a given. And tying all this together is that the emotional part of real estate is totally real. But the longer you wait for the market to crash, the more you may miss your window of opportunity. That is to buy low and sell high. Now, smart buyers and sellers move with facts, not fear. Something for you to know. And to wrap this all up, let's see what you can do if you're a seller or a buyer in this market. Now, if you are a buyer, this is your moment. No, truly. Less competition, more room to negotiate, and potential for long-term gains. If you are a seller, on the other hand, you still hold power if your home is prepped, priced right, and marketed and positioned well. And lastly, investors, listen up. Rents are up and demand for multifamily as well as ADU-friendly properties continues to rise. This is something for you to know. And finally, here's my take. If we see rates drop to the low sixes and high fives again, even, potentially whenever that happens, expect buyer activity to spike, which could send prices up again, and we'll just rinse and repeat the multiple offer crazy bidding war situation all over again. Now with that background, Here are my final thoughts and your call to action. The net of it is, Seattle market is not crashing, it's correcting, and corrections create opportunities. If you are wondering, what do I do next? Let's connect. We offer no pressure, strategy calls for buyers, sellers, and investors, and you can decide the right course of action after the meeting. There's not going to be any pressure, no strings attached, just to let you know. Feel free to DM me, call, or better yet, book into my calendar. The links are all below. Also drop market update in the comments below, and I normally send out an information-packed email once a month letting you know about the local counties as well as how the local market is behaving for you to be completely informed. Now it's going to be once a month, and if it just gets too much, you can always unsubscribe. So there's no pressure, but pure information that you'll get. Okay? All that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.